Good afternoon everyone, and hi, my name is Rob Farley, the head professional at Marangaroo Golf Course. I just want to go through a few terms about the golf club and a few things that you might not know or think, boy, what do I mean by that? What does everyone mean by that? So first of all, I'd like you to talk to you about the club. Obviously this is the club face where we hit the ball. This is the toe of the club, and this is the heel, or what they call the hosel. Now the hosel is where the shaft is glued into the stainless steel head or forged head, and that bonds it, okay, with a 24 araldite or a epoxy that is very, very strong. This is the ferrule. Now when you get club fitted for a set of clubs, the main thing that we're looking for in a set of clubs is what we call the lie angle. The lie angle is where you strike the ball, but the angle between the shaft here and the hosel, or the heel of the club, and the sole. So when you come through in a dynamic position, you hit, so the ball should, or the ground should be struck right here in the middle, and then the ball should be struck right in the middle of the club face, like so. Behind the club, obviously you have a lot of workings as far as the heel and toe weighting goes, but basically that gives you a very, very big sweet spot. Then you have the shaft. Now there is multiple shafts, but basically you want a shaft that is quite flexible but has stability. Then you have the grip size. Now there's hundreds of different grips, but basically what you're trying to do is, if you have a standard hand, and when I mean a standard hand, I mean a hand without arthritis or any other problems that we encounter with age. But as you can see here, my fingers are just touching the top of my hand. So this is a grip size for me, okay, which is just a men's standard grip, no papers, no nothing. But if you get down here, you can see my fingers are wrapping, and that means it's too small. But if you have a little bit of arthritis, you might need a bigger grip so you can then close the fingers and hang on to it, and that's where we go for a jumbo grip. So that's basically the club. Now the loft of the club is the angle between the shaft and the club face, like so. That brings us to making the club face square. Now a square is the club face aiming at the target. If the club face points to the sky, that is open. If it points to the ground, it's closed. Now when we make a golf swing, we start here with the club face pointing at the target, which is square. When we swing back to this hip high position, the leading edge here in the club face and the toe points straight up, that is square. So when we come through on the other side, it's exactly the same. The opposite to the other side though, okay? The idea here is, if I start with the club face square and just lift the club up and then rotate my body, you can see the club goes into the square position. So basically what we're not after is you going back and doing this, because you can see that the club face is closed, and if I bring that back, a lot of people wonder why they don't get the ball off the ground, because the club face is closed, like so. Okay, sometimes when we hit the ball to the right and slice it, yes, we might make a nice backswing where the club face is square, but then when you come through the ball, people tend to hang on, and now you can see the club face is open, which makes the ball have a clockwise spin, which slices the ball. So the idea is to again get the club face nice and square to help the ball go straighter. I hope that helps out with a few terminology of the golf club and what the club face and the club should do. Again, if you have any questions, please see myself or the staff here at Marangaroo Golf Course. Have a great day.